What's up, YouTube? Now, here goes a small haul from Amazon, and it's really awesome action figure I picked up. It's a Netflix Stranger Things Tales from '85, The Gourd Horde. And if you haven't watched this show already, it's amazing. It's probably my go-to animation show right now because it's really nothing out there that I haven't watched already like 10 or 15 times. I love to have animation on the background. Not only that, I pay attention to animation stuff. You know what I mean? Like I just finished what's that show? Invisible. I just watched Invincible, and that show's incredible. You know what I mean? And so I have no animation shows to watch right now, so I decided to give this show a shot because I haven't gave this show a shot, and I'm a huge fan of Stranger Things. So if you love Stranger Things, you're definitely gonna really love this show because I love this show so much. After when I watched the show, I basically started looking for collectibles, and these are the kind of figures I was seeing that was available on Amazon because I have some Amazon points and I'm just gonna use them. I'm not gonna basically spend my money all the time. You know what I mean? I'm actually gonna be hunting with whatever points I have with Amazon, and I'm gonna try to find some good deals because Amazon's a little more tricky. It's a little more expensive. You could actually end up losing on action figures and paying a higher price on Amazon if you don't be safe. You know what I'm saying? And go do your research on the figure. So this kind of hunting actually takes more time and it's more just of scrolling on your phone. And it's less fun because I like to go out and actually pick up a figure and find stuff, but when I'm hunting online, I could actually pick out stuff that I want more for my collection instead of just finding random finds at Ross or wherever else I'm going. So I really do enjoy when I am hunting on Amazon because sometimes I pay a little extra for the figure, but I am more satisfied with the figure. And let's just get straight into this Gourd Horde, which is like a demon gorgon's little baby child in a way. You know what I'm saying? These are really cool monsters that are created on Earth through some spores and all kinds of just weird. I don't know. If you go watch the show, it's really cool. And if you love the Ghostbusters, I love the Ghostbusters. I believe this show has a lot of like the weapons are just it looks like the Ghostbuster gun. You know what I mean? So it just reminds me of the Ghostbusters. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I can't explain it, but this show has a campy and it just feels good to watch the show, and especially when we thought Stranger Things is over and they come out with this animation show with even different voice actors because the kids are grown now, but to continue the story when we loved the kids the most because I loved Stranger Things the most on the first couple seasons when they're still young and they're just like, kids. And this is what the show is about. It's about when they're still kids and they're just roaming around like the they remind me of the Loser Club. You know what I mean? To be honest, they remind me of like a Loser Club kind of kids, you know what I'm saying? So I really enjoyed that aspect of the show where it's peer support. There's just these peers and they're just going out and they're having these adventures, fighting monsters. How cool is that? These kids that have to go to school and all do the 9 to 5 and hide the stuff from their parents, and they continue to have these adventures of having to dealing with these monsters and trying to keep it a secret so the government won't come back. And it's really cool. If you like Stranger Things, I believe that you'll really like the show, and I recommend um, anybody who loves Stranger Things to go check out Tales from '85. You know what I mean? Because yeah, it's really cool. Even this toy line from Jazz Wares, or yeah, Jazz Wares or whatever, this toy line is really cool. They have a couple action figures that actually they have a new character named Nikki, and she actually comes with a flashlight. And on when you use the flashlight on this figure, you basically would get like a little message, or it's just like some kind of little secret. What's that called? So it's pretty cool. And they have another figure that you could squeeze, and when you squeeze it, it's a monster. It's like he swallowed someone, so you see a little person all balled up inside of his stomach. So it's pretty cool, this toy line. So if I see these toys at Ross, I'm definitely gonna pick them up on discount. And if I see these figures pop up on eBay or even Amazon, that is for a decent price. I doubt eBay because people are always trying to rip you off and just charge higher money. So if I see these come across on Amazon, I would definitely pick it up because I do have Prime membership, and with having Prime, that is an advantage of for sure not having to pay for shipping. You know what I'm saying? And getting the figure quick because best believe I ordered this yesterday or the day before yesterday, and it's already here. You know what I mean? It took 1 day to get here, so that's pretty awesome. But it did come smashed a little bit. That's one thing. But see, if I was really a jerk, I could have just sent this back and be like, oh, it came back messed up, a little bit. But I kind of just popped it out and, straightened it up a little bit. And I'm like, okay, because when I do buy some of these, I don't want to open them up. I don't want to open this. I want to keep this in the package just in case later on in the future it might be worth a little more. So, yeah, I'm not trying to open this up unless I can find another one on discount because this is actually a really cool figure to take out. Just check that guy out. How cool is that? The gourd horde, the pumpkin, just I feel this toy, you know what I mean? And the character, I really love the new little monster characters they have in this show, and they could do so much more with animation compared to with children, and fighting these monsters instead of having to use CGI and all this other crap. Just the feel of the show is just really more fun, the adventures and all that because of what they could do with animation, and it's just creative, you know what I mean? The colors are popping, you know what I mean? The goo, the ooze and the green color just reminds me of Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters, to be honest. All the colors in this show, they went back to like the 80s kind of the vibe, the nostalgia, the things they're talking about, Super Mario. It's just very nostalgia for me. I'm not really know too much about the 80s, but I was born in the 80s, and my first couple years of life was dealing with stuff in the late 80s, you know what I mean? So that's pretty cool, like playing Nintendo. That was my first system I ever had. So knowing Mario at Mario's time when I'm like 3 years old, I know who Super Mario was already, and I was playing Nintendo. So that's pretty awesome. So with that, this show has a nostalgia to it, and I just want to collect more of these, and I seen 11, but the thing is right now I don't know if they have a bunch of these, but they're just going for 12.99, and I think these were going for $10 at Target before people probably picked all these up because I couldn't find these at Target. The only thing I found at Target was the shirt to this movie, and to the show, and it's pretty awesome, the shirt, and it's on sale for 18.99, which I think is still kind of taxed, but it's a cool shirt, but I've seen other figures there, but not none of these ones. Like these were probably the first ones that were released because it's what one, two, three, four. It's five of them on the back of here, but on Amazon it's only two of them. It's just this one and 11. And right now I don't really need 11, and I was gonna waste my points on them. I have about 63 points, so using this I have about maybe 40 something left, and I didn't want to spend $28, and that takes half of my points away, so I wouldn't be able to get nothing else. So I'm trying to stack my points and use them wisely because yeah, this is stuff that I'm trying to collect, and I'm not trying to waste money, so that's why I picked these guys up. And I think this is really cool. This is free, straight to my collection, for me putting in gas, paying bills, doing my thing. I got a treat, and this is my little gift to myself. So yeah, but be sure to go give this video a like, and if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, go give me a subscribe, and let's talk about them in the comments. Have anybody picked these up yet, or do you have any? Which ones do you have? Let's get into it. All right, well, keep it spooky, peeps.